Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again in this YouTube astrological segment. I'm going to be talking about the January 17, 2022 full moon in the zodiac sign Cancer. Now, a full moon in astrology can be very unrestrained, uninhibited, outpouring of emotional energy. It may be an outburst that comes after having feelings about something that were suppressed for a prolonged or protracted period. Now, the full moon can affect all signs collectively, but especially people that have a Cancer sun, moon, or ascendant, not only because the moon governs Cancer, but because it is going to be in their sign. Now, the fact that the moon rules Cancer can be strongly attributed as to why the sign can be very moody, fickle, and temperamental. The energy could be exceptionally intensified if a conjunction is made to one's Cancerian sun, moon, or ascendant. Now, also, too, keep in mind there may be a greater propensity for accidents at the time of the full moon. The fact this is in Cancer, accidents may be attributed to being upset due to derogatory or derisive remarks, causing a lack of concentration, which could lead to an accident. Now, accidents may be home-related, such as slipping off a ladder while painting a home, as an example. Or another example, an injury can occur while fixing a laundry machine. Laundry is associated with the zodiac sign Cancer, and it is something that is generally in the home. Of course, the home is associated with the moon, but it's also associated with the zodiac sign Cancer. Now, the thing is, also, too, this transit of the full moon in Cancer can reflect or signify an ending or culmination of something. Since this falls in the zodiac sign Cancer, it could be something associated with the home, family, introversion, or something where one showed unconditional love for, and maybe something where much dedication, tenacity, and devotion was expressed. Now, it may be the ending of lamenting or brooding over something from the past as well. Now, also, too, this transit can also manifest in a revelation or unveiling of something. It could be something associated with one's roots or ancestry, family, home life, traditions, even introversion, independency as well. Now, one may even find out about somebody that may be a home wrecker, or somebody that may be causing dissension in the home or family life, or it could even be in some cases it might even be some revelation or unveiling of someone being a hoarder at this time. Now, the thing about this transit too is, the transit may also be expressed where one becomes tired, exasperated, or simply full of something. Now, one may become tired of someone that is overly dependent, pampered, overly sensitive, protective, clingy. Could be somebody, could be lamenting or brooding over something from the past for a prolonged period. It could be something where a person may be constantly bringing up past hurts, and it could be where one may become tiresome of this, and also too, one may become exasperated over a home or family situation. It could be a limited situation or confining situation in a home or family life, as an example. Now, the thing about this is, it's also, of course, it's important to look at the house this falls in one's natal chart, as this, of course, could impact the delineation and interpretation. Mine is going to fall in the 3rd house in my natal chart. Now, one way it may manifest for me, it could be getting tired and full, so to speak, of it could be instability, which is, I would say, is connected with the 3rd house. The 3rd house may unequivocally be that house that is the one that's least stable out of all the houses. The 3rd house does correspond with Mercurial Gemini. But anyway, it could be getting tired and full of that instability in my home life. and I may become perhaps exasperated at communication issues with the family. Could be a lack thereof. Um, and the thing about this is, it could be a limited communication situation with the family, and it could be where at this time as well, it could be something where something is communicated to me that is family related. Um, some of you may have known this, but my mother had recently passed away, and it could be where I might be receiving news at this time pertaining to it. Now, the full moon is going to take place again on January 17, 2022. Of course, that's going to be Martin Luther King Day, United States. It's acknowledged and recognized as a holiday, and there will be no mail delivered that day, but maybe I will get something the next day. Is one way this is something that might happen due to the fact I won't obviously be receiving it on the 17th unless I get something in an email form. Is the only other way I could get news of that transmitted to me. But anyway, another thing too is that and what I'm trying to do is find out the cause of death as far as she goes, in information perhaps regarding a will or estate. And if there was, and the thing is, the sun at this time during this this full moon in Cancer, the sun is going to be conjoined Pluto, so that could shine the light on death issues for many, and it might even be including myself as an example. Now, another thing too, it could also be for many, it could be the end of a Cancerian career or job, and especially if this falls in what I would say is one of the money houses in the chart, the 2nd, 6th, or 10th house. One may end a position in cooking or laundry or restaurant work. It could be something with home renovation, repair, roofing, siding, or something working as in history, or something that involves rescuing, such as working as a lifeguard. Now, also too, it's also important to look at the aspects this transit makes to points in your chart, as of course that could impact the delineation and interpretation. Now, for me, mine is going to, this transit of the moon in Cancer is going to make a loose square to my natal Jupiter, and Jupiter is the planet of luck and prosperity. Now, continuing and elaborating on what I said previously regarding news of my mother's death, the aspect may manifest in that news, maybe indicating I maybe received little or nothing in connection with a possible estate, which is not a major catastrophe. I know she doesn't have that. I don't believe she has that much anyway, but I'm just describing how it might manifest for me based on the fact that the transit's going to make a loose square to my natal Jupiter. And the thing is too, Jupiter, it could indicate less prosperity connected with it, and it's also interesting because Jupiter is also the ruler of my 8th house of inheritances. So anyway, now what I want to talk about is, let's say if it falls in the 1st or the 6th house in one's chart. Now, it could, I would say, especially if it falls in the 1st or 6th house in one's natal chart, it could indicate a Cancerian health-related issue that may be unveiled or revealed. Now, there may be some problem for some with the chest, the breast, the stomach, the ribs, and water retention. Now, if it falls in one's 6th house, especially, it could be in the 6th house is the house, I would say, the house of worry. And if this falls in the 6th house, there may be problems with digestion, perhaps due to a propensity toward worrying at this time. Now, another thing too is, as far as Sabian symbols go, okay, this full moon in Cancer is going to fall at 27 degrees. Now, again, as far as Sabian symbols go, this may manifest in perhaps being tired and full, so to speak, of excessive introverted activities and more of a yearning to do things outside. If this falls in one's 3rd house, as an example, it could mean that one may become really exceptionally tired of staying inside too much. and may have more of a yearning of short journeys and even more interaction with neighbors, as an example. Could also be, as far as saving symbols goes, this being at the 27th degree of Cancer, it could also be auspicious for opportunities in gardening, agriculture, archaeology, or geology. Could also be where one may be more cognizant and aware of cerebral ability. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment of me talking about the January 17, 2022 full moon in Cancer, part 1 of 2. And stay tuned next time, where I'll be giving you my take on the January 17, 2022 full moon in Cancer, part 2. Until next time, people, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.